The pitch will go to Spencer Gilmire. Moves across the 50. Spencer Gilmire runs over a man at the 40. Made him eat dirt as Spencer Gilmire rumbles into Admiral territory down to the 38-yard line.
Hello, Spencer.
Will go to Spencer. He's got running room again. He's across the 30. Spencer Gilmire 20. Spencer Gilmire 15. Spencer Gilmire 13. He carries Admirals down the field. It'll be 1st and 10 Oak Ridge.
The 25 to the 30, breaks it to the outside, to the 35 to the 40, to the 45 to the 50-yard line, needs a block and gets it at the 45 to the 40, to the 35 to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Johnny Williams, Oak Ridge.
Single man left. Helton will roll to the left side. He's in trouble. He fumbles the ball. Intercepted by Oak Ridge. Picked off at the 50. Ron Black 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. 15, 10, 5. You did it one too many times, Todd Helton. That one picked off by Black into the end zone. 64-yard run by Ron Black, and Oak Ridge takes the lead.
It's time to pass. It's going to go deep. Will Presley wide open. He has got it. He is into the end zone. William Presley, you are the man. And welcome once again to the Pizza Inn. It's time for Crunch Time, the Oak Ridge High School Football Show, our weekly meeting here at Pizza Inn. We enjoy each and every Wednesday night coming out here and doing our football show. We got another big crowd on hand here. Coach, you and I were talking off the air here. We've almost every single show that we have had this year, we have had a packed house.
Well, I mean, obviously when you put pizza out there and the deal that Pizza Inn's kind of cut us, I think that really helps out, and everybody's excited to watch some football. And they're coming for you, David. That's right.
They're not coming to see me. They're coming to see these highlights, I guess.
Exactly.
But we are going to show the highlights of the Farragut ball game. We've got some junior varsity highlights. We've got the plays of the week as well coming up. And we're going to talk about the Bearden Bulldogs, which will be our next opponent, obviously, this coming Friday night at Bearden High School. Coach, before we run the highlights of the ball game, let's talk about the Farragut ball game this past week. Very slow start to your team. I mean, you fell behind 28-0 right out of the chute. Good news is there's some positives that happened in the game. You were able to shut them out in the second half. You were able to put a couple scores on the board, but the hole was just too deep to dig out of.
It was. I mean, very disappointing. Felt like it was. We were kind of riding a lot of positive momentum just with the way the homestand was going. Felt like we were able to come out and, maybe it was kind of a central deal. We kind of slow started with them and then come back in the second half and pulled away. But obviously disappointing. Just not the level we want to play at. Just a lot of mistakes in the first half. I mean, they returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. There was really no resistance on our part. It was almost like we just let the player run down the sideline and go score. And they kind of, I think they converted 4 third and longs in the first half. Every third down we had, it was not a conversion. And we get down 28-0, just very disappointing half. And then, but like you said, we come back in the second half and fought and competed a little bit. Recovered an onside kick. Felt like we about recovered another one. Made it 28-13. But like you said, you just can't dig yourself in a hole. And maybe it's one of those things. We had talked to them all week about Farragut. You can't judge a book by its cover with the teams they had lost to. And, they come out and earned it. And we're kind of back to the drawing board a little bit as far as the rest of the season. And I think we just have to understand that every game is just so important that you just can't come out and start slow and lose focus and get down 28-0 and beat anybody that's a decent football team. So, teaching moment there. Luckily, David, it was a non-region game. Obviously, that's another positive about it, but just not a lot to come out of the Farragut game with. I guess just a lot of stuff to fix and correct and just reevaluate.
And compounded by the fact that you had some injuries in that ball game, which obviously devastating injuries to certain key players on the team. But as we have to say, it's the next man up mentality.
It is, and I think it's kind of one of those things that we had a little bit of an injury issue in the preseason going into the Science Hill scrimmage that never happened because of the storms up there in Johnson City that night. And then we kind of, I don't want to use the word limped into Jeff County, but against Jefferson County, it was still kind of lingering, some of these issues, and then we had kind of been clean throughout the season, and now it's kind of reared its head again. And like you said, David, that's just part of playing football. Obviously we have players on the team that have worked hard, and we just hate that some of their season will be cut short based off an injury. But ultimately we as coaches have to coach and just really get some guys ready to play. And hopefully, like I said, we can get some good game experience here Friday at Bearden. Get some guys on the field, maybe at some positions that haven't played that position this year. We could obviously do some stuff on offense and defense and special teams to maybe account for either a different style of play there. And, nobody else. I mean, everybody's fighting injuries at this point. A lot of these teams across the state are. So we just got to coach, and we just got to, use our heads to put our kids in the best position to be successful.
Coach, I assume your Sunday meeting was very intense to trying to figure out what you were going to do going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think you examine stuff, and I think you look at, I guess the end result for us is how do we win the football game. We got 3 regular season games left, and we just have to kind of say, okay, when you take a look at this thing, what are our strengths on offense, defense, and special teams? What are our weaknesses? What personnel do we have available? And how can we make that mesh and fit to be successful? So I think there's a lot of ideas that are thrown out. Obviously, defensively, we're in a pretty good spot as far as the players that have been playing the defensive side of the ball. So I think for them, it's not as catastrophic, per se, as changing stuff. But I think for us on the offensive side of the ball, when you look at how we've scored points this year and how we've moved the ball, sometimes you have to adjust that, and you have to adjust your thinking there and put a plan together that I think will be simple but also be effective. And I think, now, David, there's a lot of stuff we can do because we've repped some stuff all year, and then we've added additional stuff, whether it be a personnel grouping set, a play, a scheme. So, we just got to be solution-oriented. We just got to solve problems, and that's what we've started with this week.
Well, let's go ahead and roll the highlights from this past Friday. The Wildcats taking on the Farragut Admirals.
So as you see, obviously the Pink Out game was Friday. We appreciate everybody helping and supporting that cause. One thing, we did start the game out with a little bit of an outside run. There's DeMillion Porter there carrying the ball off tackle. So as we see, I think this is one of the third downs we converted. Offensive line does a great job getting a push left to right. And we're able now to roll out, and Blaine makes a nice throw to Will, who does a good job dipping the tackle and getting back outside. So one thing we felt like, as you noticed, David, their corners are playing really far off the ball. So trying just to exploit some of their defense by throwing the ball quick. As you see, second down situation, same thing. Like to get a little bit more out of this play. But again, nice throw and catch. And then, of course, we were in a situation where it was third down, could not convert. So there's Tyree Porter coming up from the safety position there. Now we get the ball back, and nice little quick throw to Malik Howard on the sideline. See how, like we said, got a very soft cushion from the corner. Nice little 10-yard gain there. Blaine does a good job of adjusting his arm slot due to the rush. And, this was a big play right here. This was actually a lateral. Our guys have to do a better job of just scooping and scoring and selling that play, really running up. And I think if we talked to him about that, but when you watch it on film, that was a great play by Dallas Frent. But it was a lateral, and we got to do a good job of getting our guys to rally to that ball and return it. So as you see, there's Carson Nivens with a nice sack on the quarterback from Farragut. Kind of gets them in a third and long situation. So as you see, we got the big Tajay Walters sending some pressure. Carson comes off and, does a good job there of fighting off the block and getting a sack. And really, like you said, David, throughout the night we were able to do a pretty good job of getting some pressure on him, on the Farragut quarterback. Young kid, he's going to be a pretty good player, sophomore for them.
And the little dance afterwards.
No, I got no comment on that. But they know if they get a penalty, they got to come see me. But there's JT Gormley right there. So as you see, we fit the run up good. We do a good job getting downhill. Amonte Bishop there coming out. So here's the third and long we complete. There's a little curl route to Jarrell Jimerson. So Blaine's going to roll out left and flip his shoulders and gets the ball out on time. As you see, we're kind of moving the pocket a little bit just in our system. Just in this game, felt like we were in a little bit too many drop back situations. There's Mill with another nice run here. Does a good job cutting it back.
Nice hard run there.
Yeah, that's like you said. I think it's, when you guys, we were watching film of Maryville and Bearden tonight, and Maryville's back in that game just ran so hard, and he was able to break multiple tackles. So did another good job here with the screen pass. There's a screen to DeMillion. The offensive line does a good job leaking out. There you see you got Jared Bafford, TJ Hibben, Elijah Young out there kind of leading the way. Left side of the offensive line. That's always fun for those guys to get out there and block in space. They don't get a chance to do it a whole lot.
The linemen were telling me today that you were letting him run patterns again.
Yeah, we did a little competition today at the end, so we had some one-on-ones, and we had them let them get out there and run some pass routes and compete a little bit. So we get a kickoff return there to Will. He does a good job of kind of splitting it a little bit. Their kid did a great job of getting the ball in the end zone, and the one kick we got returned. Probably been nice. He would have pressed outside a little bit more, but felt like he had a window and did a great job on the return. Felt like this was a really good play by Jarrell. One thing he's done a good job of this year is saving his field position, David. And I think, remember the Powell game, that ball went back to the 2-yard line. This time he's kind of got it corralled and, does a good job of, like I said, feeling like a baseball player. And then your next step would be to run horizontally. And that's a big difference, 20, 25-yard field position.
Yeah, you remind me of that Powell game.
Yeah.
Ever since that time, he has been getting the ball.
Yeah, we've been emphasizing that, hey, get the ball, get upfield, kind of giving him landmarks, based off how good the punter is. Obviously, the kid from Farragut, that was a little short punt for him. So there's Blaine coming in again, really was an RPO there. We're trying to take advantage of the soft coverage. And, just
Justice West there.
Yeah, Justice West with the catch there. So here's the ball to Malik. Nice little route down the sideline. We've run this play in different ways quite a bit this year. So, again, we do a good job there of getting somebody in the flat, nudging it, and then there he is.
I remember at the time thinking, I wish he had stayed in bounds, but I don't remember how much time was left here. Was it?
Well, yeah, I think we just got to try to, not drift as wide. It's the same thing here. One thing we felt like with them, if we could kind of take advantage of some space, and you saw us motion the back out of the backfield quite a bit, and I think that was designed to try to get some plays, push the ball down the field where they were sagging back on everything. So then you see these check downs are turned into 7 or 8 yard gains. And to me, it's sometimes it's just hard to line up and run the ball for 10 yards every time, just to line up and run the ball over and over again. So these are just different ways you can get 10 to 12 yards. Same thing with speed option. So again, doing a good job there of just exploding out and then getting the quick pitch off number 8 for them. There's Demillion Porter again carrying the ball.
There weren't a lot of big explosive plays in this game.
No, and that's what I was saying, David. What they were doing was they were playing their corners 10 yards off the ball, and they were obviously bailing out on everything. And we, or myself, should have done a good job of just calling plays. We were trying to call RPOs and pull the run and throw the hitch out there, and we just should have called X hitch. We just should have called here's the run, so we know exactly where we're going with the ball. And we probably would have drove the ball down the field more in the first half and given ourselves a chance for 3, or like right here, this was the perfect drive. We threw the ball quick. There's another intermediate throw to Malik. So nice drive here with just rhythm plays. Nothing fancy about it. We're just getting 8 or 10 yards a chunk. And then Malik does a nice job catching the ball there low and falling forward. So again, nice little angle there. And then after this play, we went tempo. So as you see, their guy was late getting off the field. We called one of our tempo plays, which is a fast run, and we get in the end zone. So really, in the first half, we probably had 4 opportunities to do this. And just based off some plays that we called, we'd like to have back. Like you do every Friday, you sit there and dissect the film. But as you see right here, 28-7 game, third quarter. Just not the situation we want to be in. What a kick here by Eli. So this is a perfect onside kick. The ball goes 10 yards, so now it's a live ball. So as you see, and none of their guys really ever tried to catch it. I guess 29 did, but I mean, Dallas, we work that every Thursday. That's called our little onside kick. And that's just a picture-perfect kick. I mean, that was just like, wow, Coach Kelly should be smiling about that one over there. I know he's got some pizza, but
he's still smiling.
He's still smiling. But there's Milligan carrying the ball. Does a good job here. So there's a bubble pass to Jarrell Jimerson. So as you see, we get a penalty there. We got to understand that, perimeter blocking, you can't grab the shoulder pad. Got to keep your hands inside, run through the upfield number. But again, nice throw and catch there. But this is what we should have been doing the whole game, is just throwing quick. As you see, David, these are 9 or 10 yard plays because they were just bailing out. So look how deep that corner is up top.
Is that something you adjust to, or was it?
Well, I mean, we got ourselves in a bind with the first half with the way we tagged some of our plays. So we tagged RPO tags off of them. We just should have called the play does like, hey, we should have called something hitch, we should have called bubble, we should have called, and then if we just call the run, call the run. And a couple of times, we just, didn't execute that well. And now we're in a situation to where we're executing well, but it's, 28-7. There's Mill with a nice run again on a little counter. Like just stuff like this. I mean, so we're throwing quick. We're staying in front of the chains. We've not been in a second down long or third and long yet in the second half. And this is a nice run right here. Watch this run by Mill. Demillion Porter comes in, finishes the run, and it's 28-13. So if you take away that kickoff return for a touchdown, it's 21-13, so there's a lot of ifs and whatever. But, as you see, that was, we kind of dug ourselves in a hole there. And then, we just got to do, Rice got to do a better job of making sure that doesn't happen. And you can do some stuff as coaches to call the game to kind of get a feel for the game early on to where hopefully you're not in a, 28-0 hole. But nice run here. You have Malachi Bonner and Ethan Eubanks pulling on the counter play.
Yeah, the hole was huge. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about Farragut's defense has been on the field the whole quarter, so, and we about got this kick again. That's what's funny about it was we about recovered too. If we would have recovered this kick, we probably would have drove down and scored again. It would have gotten real interesting then, wouldn't it?
Most definitely.
Yeah, but we didn't. So here we go. Caden Stewart folding back. Quavez Williams, Tyree Porter again. Caden does a good job of setting the point and then folding back, coming and making a tackle. Really nice play right there. So now we're back on offense. We do have the ball again. So there's Blaine to Braden Sharp with a nice little completion there to the sideline. We're kind of getting down the fourth quarter here. We're trying to – there's another pass to Malik. It's just, it's down 28-13. Really all you can do right here is kind of push the ball down the field and just play till the end of the whistle. And that's pretty much all she wrote.
28-13 was the final score. The thing for us longtime fans, we have not beaten Farragut 2 times in a row since 2005. And maybe we'll start it again next year, but that's kind of frustrating. But that Farragut team, as you said, and we talked about it on the show, their schedule didn't indicate the kind of their record didn't indicate the schedule they had played. They had played some of the toughest teams around.
When you watch that film, I mean, when they had, when you watch them play, it was kind of like, they were super competitive in all the games. They had kind of just gotten big played. And against us, it was kind of the opposite, David. They had 2 explosives on us. KOR for a touchdown, took a post over the top. So they kind of flipped the script. And then, like you made a great point. The games that we've won, we've had 1 or 2 like explosive plays down the field, and that script was flipped Friday, and they won the game. So, and that's generally a big indication that whoever wins the explosive play battle, 9 times out of 10 will win the game.
Let's go ahead and run the plays of the week. We've seen them all, but except one. I put a junior varsity highlight in there, just trying to be nice.
Plays, yeah, that's good. I mean, so plays of the week for Farragut. As you see, it was senior night block of the week. LaDanian Pendergrass right here does a great job there of keeping his hands inside and protecting Parker Free. And he also had a pick 6 in that game Monday that won the game for us. So I don't know if you – I guess, yeah, you probably saw that, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see that here in a minute.
There's Demillion Porter there. Mill Porter running the ball on counter. Does a great job there of keeping his feet running through the tackles, arm tackles. Defensive play, Carson Nivens here with the sack. So as you see, kind of rushes the passer and then kind of folds off and does a good job there of getting a sack. So special teams, the crowd liked that one. Man, this is, if you could just like imagine an onside kick in high school football, you would just come up with this. Dallas Frent there with the recovery and Eli Pearson. And no doubt to me it's the play of the week. And we about did it 2 times in a row, and but just a great play. And I mean, the second one, he had the exact same kick, and we were like right there. And hit of the week, Dallas Frent.
And I apologize to Dallas. We only have one
Yes,
really
sir.
good view of it, but
And the funny thing was, when you watch this film, it's actually a lateral throw. But Dallas comes in, he sees the screen, and he goes in there and just that poor running back, he's probably asking Coach Courtney, hey, why do you have to call that play? They kind of knew that one.
sorry, Dallas. That was the only view we had of it. I'm sorry.
That's a good view, though.
A bazillion cameras, and that was the only really good shot that we had. But so we turn our page to the Bearden Bulldogs. We've got some junior varsity highlights, but let's go ahead and roll those.
Yeah.
Let's get those going here. And then Richie Ferreira is going to come up here and speak to us tonight. Senior member of the Wildcats.
So we're back at Farragut. We got Monday night, Zayden Williams there with a big tackle. Obviously, LaDainian Pendergrass is kind of filling in here at running back. And he does a good job. He did a great job. I know he's done this in his younger days. Very seamless transition. So with some of the running back injuries that we've had, does a great job there of hitting the hole. Here's Parker Free. There's Zayden Williams. That's what you call a high point ball. You go up and get the ball at its highest point. And look at Parker, look right, and then come back. He looks the safety off. He ensures he has a one-on-one. And that's what you call a nice play. So, and obviously with the JV season, we're down to one game left. We played 8 in a row. Had a couple double headers in there, but just trucking right along here.
Who's your next JV?
We're going to Bearden Monday night. There's Brennan Nip there, Jaden Early, Zayden, Jacob Tavares, Blake Woody. A host of Wildcats going down there. So we're going to Bearden Monday for the final one. We're going to play mostly freshmen in that game, kind of give them experience to get on film. So, just because you think about the JV schedule, we played, Catholic, Alcoa, Central, Farragut, Maryville. Been a very, very tough schedule. So Zayden Williams again from Parker Free, done very well in those games, might add. We're 2 or 3 plays from being undefeated in JV. We've done a great job of competing at that level and guys getting valuable game reps. And Parker, I think, has just done such a great job here of just, running the offense, making the throws. And Morion will see get that ball tuck there. We don't want that. There's LaDainian Pendergrass again with a nice run. But again, just future definitely. A lot of these guys, will be big players for us next year. And as you know, we return a huge core of our varsity. So, feel like we're getting back to where we're in a good spot going to 6A. We feel good about it, though. We feel like that with all the bodies we have back, we should be in a super competitive spot there from a depth standpoint. So, again, there's Parker again, Morion Willis.
This is probably the most complete offensive game the junior varsity played, I thought.
Yeah, especially against a decent team, we hung 4 touchdowns on Central and 5 on Carnes. And then Catholic was going that way, too. We had scored, 17 points in the first half. I don't know if you were down there or not.
I was in Atlanta.
You may have been in Atlanta for the Brave stuff, David. But we were on track in that game against Catholic. And then the second half, we just never could get it going. But you're right. It's looked very functional. Another fade to Zayden Williams. Parker Free again. That it's just starting to the quality of play these guys have played, and the fundamentals are just getting better, and that's what you expect with a young player during this fall practice time. You expect them to become better football players, and I think that showed. Yeah,
and that's why you play the junior varsity games too.
Correct. The problem is you would like to do both of them, but then some teams can't do both, and then you may have injuries at some position, and it's funny just how that spreads. But we've done a good job of trying to – there's Brennan Nip there with a nice tackle and kind of tumbled over a little bit. Here we go. There's the big one. So they had run that play, and Dane sniffs it out. And it's all she wrote, baby.
And that was the difference in the ball game.
It was. You know, I think what he did was, like I said, they had run that play a little bit, so he surveyed the play. He saw the guy kind of leaking out in the flat, which had happened 2 or 3 times previous. And give credit to him, it was a very headsy football play, and he made the play and made it happen. And now we got Dylan Woody.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row, he's had an interception. Very promising future at safety. Him and Blake, both brothers, have them in the program. Excited about them. But there's Dylan again with he just tracks the ball like a baseball player. Something Coach Freed would be proud of, like a center fielder just tracking the ball. Amorion Willis there.
He was in bounds right there.
He was in bounds.
They said he was out of bounds, and they wiped that play free.
That was but sometimes they don't go your way. But I like how he caught the ball and then he kind of drug his toe. And there's Caden Turner getting in there for the victory formation. And like you said, a big win Monday night over Farragut. Jacob Tabar is there giving you some shots.
And so you said there's one game left. One thing before we take a break and bring Richie up here, you mentioned something about moving up to 6A. We really haven't talked about that on the show. Obviously, the population of the school has gone up to the point where we are in the 6A, and starting next year, obviously, they have not set the regions yet. We could be still around here, or we could be in Upper East Tennessee. We could be in that Chattanooga area. I guess we won't know until November.
Yeah, we won't. There's a process to that. They sent a letter out today. They're going to get the schools that want to play an independent schedule by November 1. But we are 6A, like you said. I mean, the only thing I was surprised with, some of the schools around us didn't grow like I thought they would. But we're like the 7th smallest 6A school. So the options are we could be in Region 1. David, there's only probably going to be 12 teams in the Eastern time zone in 6A classification. So do they do 6 and 6? Do they do 5 and 7? They claim they want balanced regions. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I kind of foresee us being around the Chattanooga area. That's where we've been traditionally, as you know, back when Oak Ridge was 5A, having to play Bradley and Ottawa and McMinn and William Blount Heritage, as you recall those years. But I like what you said. Either way, where we go, we'll be excited about playing the 6A football teams. Feel like a lot of players are back in our program. Feel like we're ready for that moment. Heck, we played Jeff. The 2 years I've been here, we've played basically a 6A schedule out of the region when you look at the teams and the caliber of teams we played. So, we'll be in one of those two areas. And I guess to be determined, I mean, we and you talked on it off air a little bit about it'd be cool to play like the Dobbins, Bennetts, and Science Hills and make those trips to Northeast Tennessee. We've not done that before. But, you only have so much say-so over where you play. So,
let's go ahead and take a break. We'll talk more about that when we find out exactly what region we will be in. But we are live at the Pizza Inn. We appreciate them allowing us to come here each and every Wednesday night. We'll be back here next week, 7 o'clock as well, getting ready for the Lenoir City ball game next week. Let's take a break. We'll be back with Richie Ferreira in a moment.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on, seriously?
This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agents are available to help you online, over the phone, or in person. State Farm agents are here to help answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
Wow, I am not as fast. at 7, when it comes to running, that is. But I'm pretty quick at selling your home. Hi, I'm Karen George of Walton George Realty Group, right here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. But I buy and sell all over the Tennessee area. Give my office a call, and we can help you as quickly as 7 can run.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
Welcome back once again to the Pizza Inn. Joining me is a senior member of the Oak Ridge High School football team and baseball team, Richie Ferreira. Richie, first off, thanks a lot for joining us. Richie was telling me, I don't want to embarrass him, but he was telling me he's having a bad hair day, and that's why he's wearing the cap here. How do you have a bad hair day when you go to school, Richie?
Well, I actually was having a decent hair day. I showered last night, so I just woke up and went to school this morning because, it was just one of those days. But the football helmet really messes your hair up.
Well, let's talk about that. You played football a few years ago. You decided, and you just primarily been a baseball player the last few years. What made you come back to playing football?
Well, freshman year, I fell in love with football. It was like just what I wanted to do every day. And sophomore year, it was fun. Junior year, I really wanted to focus on baseball and my grades. And my dad in Dallas over there, Dallas told me every day that I need to come back. And my dad was like, why not? So then senior year, I was like, there's no way I'm going without playing.
Okay, I've got to ask you this question. Are you the biggest trash talker on the team?
Yeah, I think everyone would agree I'm the biggest trash talker. It's just like one of my favorite things to do because I'm good at it, and what are you going to say back to me? I have a comeback for everything.
One thing I've noticed, you don't see a lot of trash talking in baseball, but you're a trash talker in baseball as well.
Oh, man, I chirp 24/7. I'm in the outfield, and it's just talk, talk, talk.
Did you get that from your parents over there? Where'd it come from?
Both my parents, they're very competitive, and I'm more competitive than both of them, and I do anything to win. So if that means I got to talk trash to you, I'm going to talk trash to you.
So, Richie, do you do imitations, or do you do imitations? Could you do your best Coach Rang imitation, or is that something you can do?
Dallas, run!
Guys, was that a good Coach Rang imitation?
He's like, Coach Rang will be screaming at you violently, but he's smiling, and it doesn't make any sense.
I know you're a baseball guy. This is a football show, but can you do a Coach Free imitation?
Coach Free imitation.
Or a quote. Maybe another quote from Coach Rang. What is Coach Rang's favorite thing to say during practice besides whatever he's saying there?
Reload, reload, reload.
Would you all agree with that one too?
Oh, can't forget punch, 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 punch.
I'm looking for Coach Rang. I don't even see him now. Oh, is that what you say, Coach? Yep, he says he does. Reload means run the. Okay.
It's hard to impersonate Coach Free because when Coach Free gets fired up, he starts foaming from the mouth.
Okay. Let's talk about traditions at Oak Ridge. What's your favorite tradition at Oak Ridge?
Favorite tradition? My favorite tradition would probably be the Walk of Champions or the stairs. Because there's nothing like that first playoff game at home and everyone's there to watch you. Because the first playoff game is normally the most packed game of the year. Walking down those steps and everyone's there, it's a really fun experience. Because all the little kids that are going to come up and play high school ball are all lined up there.
And you're from California, I believe. So
yes, sir.
When did you move here?
I moved here my sophomore year. That was about 2 years ago.
Were you playing football out there as well?
Yeah, I actually I first started freshman year out there. And,
What's the difference between the Tennessee football and California?
the kids are a lot bigger out here. A lot bigger.
I know you're a movie guy. You like to watch movies. What kind of movies do you like best?
Older, like gangster, like hood movies. I love Boys in the Hood and Scarface. Those are probably my favorite two movies. Or Menace to Society.
You know, you and I've interviewed you before in baseball, and you've always been a very good talker. But you're an outfielder in baseball. How do you keep from talking in the outfield? I mean, do you still talk out in the outfield? Because what do you think about when you're out there?
Well, when I'm in the outfield, I'm thinking like what pitch is coming, where I got to go at the right time, and where I think the ball is going to go. But I'm talking.
Do trash talkers you think about what you're going to say to somebody? I mean, when you're playing linebacker, what are you saying to them?
My favorite line, actually, is when I get a tackle, I like to say, "Nobody knows you," and stand up.
Okay.
Or "You're little." Those are probably my two favorite ones.
Well, you're not the biggest guy. I mean, do they come back with you?
Yeah, it's normally like "You're not good enough to talk," and I'm like, "Well, you just got tackled, so."
If you won the lottery, what would be the first things you bought?
1986 Grand National.
1986? Okay, is that something you've always wanted?
Yeah, it's actually been my dream car for like forever.
Well, that's one of my questions later on. Who's the hardest hitter on the team? Who would you not want to be hit by on this team?
You know, a lot of people say JT, but I would say Tyree Porter. Tyree Porter, he'll hit you. That's for sure.
If there was a movie about you in your life, who would you want to play you in a movie?
A movie about me to play me?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Probably like one of my cousins. Because, you know, they act like me, so they'd fit the role pretty well.
Have you ever cried at a movie, watching a movie?
No, I've never cried in a movie.
Never once?
Never.
Have you ever faked being sick or an injury to get out of practice?
Not to get out of practice. I've tried faking sick to get out of school, but my mother will send me anyways.
Yeah, I had the same kind of mother, too. If you were president of the United States, elected president, what would be the first thing you would do?
I don't know if I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on the thing.
Oh, be careful.
Yeah. First thing I would do is definitely give more breaks for school and make sports seasons longer and more fun. I would ban all the NFL rules that they keep changing.
Okay, those are good ones. What was the first job you wanted to do as a kid?
Well, when I was little, I always told my mom that I wanted to be a pimp when I grew up.
A pimp?
Yes.
And what did she say? That she just put her head in her hands.
And you know, she would just say, you know, let's not do that. And she pushed me towards baseball, and that's where I am today.
Okay, if you could put either any two coaches on this staff in a boxing ring, what two would you want to see in the ring?
I would want to see Ted Mitchell versus Kaz. And my money's on Ted.
You got some size difference there, though.
A big size difference, but my money's on Ted.
If there was such thing as a time machine, where would you go, forwards or backwards?
I would go backwards to the '89 World Series, A's versus Giants. That's definitely where I would go.
Which one of those teams is your favorite?
I'm an Oakland A's fan.
Wow, that's pretty hard.
Hey, guess what? We suck, but it's fun.
In a zombie... Well, actually, let me go back to something. Your parents are sitting over there, and I know you probably maybe embarrassed them before in a game. Have they ever embarrassed you in a ball game?
A lot, actually. My mom is known for arguing with other dads in the stands during my travel ball games, but I think instead of she definitely embarrassed me because, you know, like I'm a little kid. I'm like, I can hear you. It's like, geez, but Yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing thing. She'd argue with a lot of parents if they ever said anything about me. She was on it real quick.
Have you ever considered coaching? What do you want to do?
I would definitely coach. I actually want to coach 12-year-old kids right now for baseball. I would definitely do that. It would be awesome.
Greatest influences in your life?
Probably my father. He's definitely the greatest influence I have.
Strange phobias or superstitions? We're just rattling through here, Coach.
Strange phobias?
Yeah.
No. Superstitions, not really. I'm more of like a just go with the flow guy, warm up, get ready to play. I don't think about anything. I kind of just go out there and play.
Can you sing, dance? Do you have any special talents that we don't know about?
I mean, I could dance a little. I'm not a big dancer, but I could dance a little. There's some things I can do.
You want to get back there and do it?
I'm not doing them, but
biggest rival, who do you like playing the best? Most, I guess.
in football, playing, definitely Clinton. That's my favorite football game to play, that's for sure.
What about baseball?
Baseball would either be the Farragut or the Hardin Valley game, or the PAL series is always a really good one for baseball.
Superpower, if you have one, what would it be?
100% super strength.
Do you have a bucket list that you want to do, things that you want to do in your life?
Yeah, I have a bucket list. I want to travel the world and have lots of money. Those are the two things on my bucket list.
Those are good ones. I ask this question every week. Which coach scares you the most?
To be honest, no coach scares me, but one I wouldn't want to argue with is the head coach because he has the power to do whatever he wants. So,
Like to not play you?
yeah, or just kick me off the team. You know, those two are those are the scariest ones.
Did you have any nicknames growing up?
Yeah, I mean, Richie Rich has been a good one, and my uncle used to call me Roach when I was younger, but Rich is stuck. I actually have a chain that says Rich on it.
Your favorite memory as a Wildcat?
My favorite
football.
My favorite football memory as a Wildcat is definitely when we went over to McMinn 2 years ago and blocked that kick and we stormed the field. That's my favorite memory.
What about your favorite memory as a baseball player?
Oh, winning sub-state up at Sevier County to go to state. That's definitely like the best moment I've ever had in my entire life.
Do you want to continue to play sports after high school?
Yeah, I've been going to a lot of college camps recently and getting a lot of feedback, so we're hoping to get an offer here soon, and baseball is definitely the plan.
Do you have a question for Coach Rang you'd like to when he gets up here?
Dang. No, I don't.
Do you all have any questions for Richie? Anybody?
They don't like me.
T-Ray?
When? Oh, no, that was Straps. Jared got locked down.
Tell him the question, too.
Wait, huh?
Jared, you have a question? Jared has a statement.
Let's hear it. No, he didn't. Straps, seatbelt, box, car seat, lockdown, Carson Island.
My interviews with you are always entertaining. I always enjoy them. I can't wait for baseball season.
Oh, I can't wait for baseball season. We're bringing that trophy home, baby.
Do you have any shout out? Oh, Jared, you have another question before we let.
Torrey's the best football player on the planet. That's a good competition, but I think Torrey wins.
The question was between Sidney Stokes and Torrey. So, any shout outs you want to make before we bring Coach Rang up to close out the show?
Definitely my number one shout out is definitely Dallas because, you know, he's the only reason I'm here probably to play football. Rush, that's my dog. T-Ray, love some T-Ray. Isaac Nadine, Jaden Early, TJ Hibben, he's actually the right hand to my left hand. I obviously love both my parents very much. Shout out Grandma, I know you're watching. Jared, I like me some Jared. Liam, King, my little brother. Definitely love my little brother. Caden Brown. Shout out everybody in Pizza Inn. Shout out to the whole team. Made my senior year pretty fun. Thank you, guys.
I can be honest with you, your grandmother is one of our biggest watchers.
Oh, yeah, my grandparents tune in because, they never missed a game when I lived out there, and now it's like they can never see me play, so they like to be able to watch.
Richie, I appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, David.
It's Richie Ferreira, member of the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. Good job, Richie. We're going to come back and close it out with Coach Rang in a moment.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
Ugh, come on, seriously?
This is so extra.
but what you could say is,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
your local State Farm agents are available to help you online, over the phone, or in person. State Farm agents are here to help answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
Wow, I am not as fast as 7 when it comes to running, that is, but I'm pretty quick at selling your home. Hi, I'm Karen George of Walton George Realty Group, right here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. But I buy and sell all over the Tennessee area. Give my office a call and we can help you as quickly as 7 can run.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
Welcome back once again. We've got about 2 minutes to wrap it up here. The Bearden Bulldogs, a team that has given us fits the last several years. They're big and physical. They've got a big roster. They've got a good coaching staff. It'll be a tough assignment for you on Friday.
No doubt. I think number one, they're super explosive. Offensively, the running back's a really good player. They have a big kid, too, that can run the ball. Have a really good receiver. Quarterback was the one that moved in from Mississippi, David, and he's been banged up a little bit. So number 5 was playing some quarterback. And
Drew Parrott
played last year against us. He's been playing quarterback. He can run, and he's also explosive. So they have a lot of big play potential on offense. I think defensively, their secondary's long and athletic. Those guys played last year for him. And it'll be a big challenge for us, but one that we're excited to go to. Obviously, I told the team today the best way to flush a bad loss out of your mouth is to play the next game and win the next one, and just, we can't dwell on the past, got to look forward to the future, and we're excited to play.
What about practice this week? Did you have a good week so far?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, the weather's helped out. It's kind of been nice and cool out there, so, there's really not been hot or anything that would involve kind of, making people, get after it a little bit. They've kind of brought an initiative to them to go out and practice this week, to compete this week, to get better this week. And that's what we got to do. I mean, and that's what I've told them. I said, we had a team meeting Monday and just said, hey, now that, I was proud of them. Our goal was to win 5 straight home games. We went 4-1. But the next goal is we have to kind of turn into road warriors this last part of the season. And it starts Friday at Bearden, and we have to understand that we can still get a lot better as a football team. We can still improve as a football team, and feel like everybody's responded to that.
You haven't had a road game since August.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, then that's what we told them too. We haven't won one all year, and then you're right. We've been at it was Powell. So, and we talked about that after the Powell game. Hey, next time we're on the road, it's going to be different, and sure enough, it's different. But we got to respond to that. We can't let anything affect us. And the good news is, David, all these next 3 road trips, it's not like we're going, to long, drawn-out places. it should be 30-minute bus trips and get off and play ball.
Coach, thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck on Friday.
Yep, thank you.
It's Derek Rang, head coach of the Wildcats. It's Oak Ridge and Bearden at Bearden, 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll YouTube the game on our Prep Radio channel. Be on the radio as well. For Mark and Shauna and all our camera guys who do all the good fine work, including Grayson Brown, who is here tonight, along with our other guys. This is David Clary saying so long, everybody. Boom, 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 boom.
Down the middle, there's the man. Fullback, up the middle he goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, Scott Fisher 45, 50, 45, 40, Fisher 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, Scott Fisher has just gone 98 yards for an Oak Ridge touchdown. Time, I can't deal it, so unfair, and it feels like heaven so far away. 3rd and 6. Here comes Oak Ridge. It's almost a sack. A screen pass intercepted by Laurendine to the 30, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Michael Laurendine down to the 15-yard line. Porter under center from the 4. He rolls to his right. Backside pressure. Passes complete. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Booker scores. Booker scores. Booker scores. 12 seconds to play. Pandemonium reigns at Blankenship Field. Hall to the far left. Tharple pass. Pumps once. Here's the pass complete to Rock Harden. Rock Harden 45 to the 40 to the 35. Anyways, there you go. There he goes. Touchdown Oak Ridge. The Wildcats score. Rock Harden. Rock Harden takes it down the field. Caldwell the tailback, Woods the pass. Fires it, pass, batted away, intercepted by Oak Ridge. Wildcats Connor Goldmeyer at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, down the field, 45, 40, 35, 30, down the field, Connor Goldmeyer to the 20, to the 15. We might have a new record, a new record. Let's see what Brian does. He's going to pass. Setting up a little pass. Boom! Big stick! What a shot by Matt Smith. He blasted that guy. For the Wildcats. Handoff goes up the middle, Rivers to the 40, breaks it down the right side, 45 to the 40, to the 45 to the 50, to the 45 to the 40, to the 45 to the 40, to the 50, to the high, touchdown, Oak Ridge. Jamie Woodman, 14-7 Oak Ridge, and Minor will roll to his right. Has some time. Down the field it goes to Sean Williams, complete 40, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, 25, 15, 10, touchdown, no flags down, Sean Williams scores.
Booker at the 5 on the return to the 10, to the 15, Booker at the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, Corey Booker with a kicker to beat, makes a move on him and blows him away, he'll take it home, baby, Corey Booker, 5, touchdown Oak Ridge.
50-yard line. Here comes Adrian handing it off to Booker. Booker breaks free at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, 25, 40. Corey Booker 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. The freshman has just gone 95 yards. Touchdown, Oak Ridge! Corey Booker has gone 95 yards for the Oak Ridge touchdown.
Under center, rolling to his left, looking, firing, there's a man, 2 points in the Wildcats win! Jacob Snyder makes the catch! It's pandemonium on Blankenship Field! Adrian Porter connects with his tight end, Jacob Snyder. Into the Oak Ridge fans. And Jerry Colfer will pitch to Summers, and he wants to throw. He looks wrong, the man is there, the pass is kick it! Touchdown, Mike Underwood! Underwood on the reception on the halfback pass from Sean Summers, and Oak Ridge.
Wildcats trail. Lorning drops back to pass. Has some time. Pass is complete, and it's going to be a touchdown to David Brown as nobody, I mean nobody, baby, was on him.
Bridge going for 2, and Colquitt will roll to the right, gives it off to White. He looks to the end zone. 2 points, baby! Oak Ridge has won this ball game from Blankenship Field, the greatest opening victory we've seen in some time.
Five men on the line for the Wildcats. Robbie Knight hands it off to Ogletree. Blasted in the backfield. Loses 5 yards. The Wildcats come in strong, and they drop him for a big loss. Greg Woodson. Central going to the extra point with Greg Johnson. The hold will be Billy King. 42-41. Oak Ridge on top of Central, and let's see what the Wildcats can do with the kick. Here's a low snap. Here's the kick. It's a block. Oak Ridge is headed to the state championship ball game at Vanderbilt on a block extra point. 42-41. And Oak Ridge, pandemonium reigns on the field. The Wildcats are headed to Vanderbilt. A block extra point. Oak Ridge celebrating pandemonium. Fans on the field. The block kick and Central season will end on their home field. And Oak Ridge will go to Vanderbilt.